Welcome to Season 3 of Heart of the Gulch. On today's episode, we sit down with musician/songwriter Charly Reynolds to talk about her new EP, Perfect Timing. In today's Walk the Line episode, we get a behind-the-scenes look of Charly's brand new music video, She Ain't Me. Let's check out the episode and subscribe to the channel. We are in the heart of the Gulch. Welcome to Season 3, baby! Let's go! Hey, well, you guys know my name. My name is Tony Mendoza, and I'm super excited not only to spend a whole nother season with you guys. We have one of the best musicians in Nashville. She just released her brand new EP, Perfect Timing. And I'm telling you, the sun just came out, perfect time. It was raining all day, but we got the one and only Charly Reynolds in the building.
Yes.
How are you doing, Charly?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I am in awe of you lately because
thank you.
You just had your amazing EP just drop.
Yes.
Perfect
I'm so
timing.
excited. Yeah.
Oh, man. And you just had your performance or your EP release day.
Yes.
What was that like?
Man, that was crazy. I mean, you were there, and thank you for coming.
Of course.
And it was wild. I wasn't sure if anybody would show up because, you know, this is like a show playing all originals, not on Broadway or whatever, where there's just people there all the time. So it was kind of crazy. There was a lot of people that showed up. And
you packed out the house, though.
We packed it out at Empty Blue, and it was great.
And, you know, not only that, you also had such a presence about you. You just had the vibes feeling right. I've never been in that. I believe that is what kind of place is that? It's like
a venue, it used to be a coffee shop.
It's not a coffee shop anymore?
No.
Oh.
It's just like a bar and venue.
Wow, because they made it so intimate.
They did. It was awesome.
You had I don't know what it is about EP releases, but they always provide something fun, and you provided these awesome little cookies. Where were they from, by the way?
Fire. They're from Zoe Mini Creations, like So, but with a Z, on Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to plug her because she did so good. They're gluten-free. I'm gluten-free. So I was like, I always get stuff for other people that aren't gluten-free, and then I can't ever eat it.
Yeah.
So I was like, this time I'm doing it so I can eat one. And I ate 2 the night before because I was like, these are so good.
That's amazing.
They were fire.
It was such a vibe that night that you had your release party. Because first of all, me, the girlfriend, and the brother of the girlfriend, Steven. Shout out to Steven, by the way. We just got a bottle of wine, and my question is, before you got on stage, did you actually do a little meet and greet beforehand, or did you stay in the green room the whole time?
No. So actually, we had rehearsed that day, and they didn't have a backline or anything there, so we had to bring everything. And my drummer got stuck in traffic, so we were still rehearsing. Like, not rehearsing, but doing sound check, you know? Kind of trying to go through one song. So we actually had the doors open a little bit late, which I never do. I'm very,
on time.
Usually on time. Not today either, but it was weather. But
yeah, weather was crazy here.
I'm normally early or on time, you know? And so we were still doing sound check. So I didn't even have time. I got changed out of my athletic clothes and then changed in the back right after, and everybody was coming in, and it was wild.
You came on like a star, though, because first of all, your outfit was amazing.
Thank you.
You had the, what was it? It was the bedazzled
jean jacket.
Oh, my gosh. And you basically came on stage. You didn't really even have a meet and greet until after the fact.
Yeah.
You just went straight. You had the band playing. And then the moment the band played, you just came in perfectly. And what was the first song off the new EP?
She Ain't Me.
She Ain't Me.
Yes, my last single. So it's the first song on it. Yeah.
Now, you know, we have a game later we're going to play.
Okay, yeah.
And it's either She Ain't Me or She Is Me.
Oh, shoot. I love that.
Yeah.
Why didn't I come up with that?
You know
That's so smart.
That's how we do here in Season 3, baby. We're
Heck
coming on
yeah.
strong. Now, but I want to talk through, you got to talk through the track listing with me.
Yeah.
So for the people that are not aware of this, man, I know you so much now that I didn't even realize that we have to kind of talk about like the beginning stages of you coming to Nashville.
Oh my gosh, I know.
So let's talk about it. So moving to Nashville, when did you move to Nashville, and what brought you here?
Yeah. So I moved to Nashville 5 years ago in 2018. It was June 8th. I just figured that out.
June 8th.
Yeah. I didn't know till Facebook told me on June 8th.
We love those memories.
We do. It's so convenient. And so I moved. I was 18. I worked at Chick-fil-A for 8 months, and I did not know what I was doing. I knew nobody. And then I just got out of my comfort zone, started reaching out on Instagram, on TikTok or whatever. Actually, I don't even think TikTok was a thing.
TikTok wasn't a thing yet.
It was Musical.ly, but I wasn't on that. But just anything to meet people and see if they'd write with me or whatever. So, but there was like probably a year where I really didn't know anybody. So till that second year is when I finally started writing a little bit and figuring out how the city works a little, I guess.
What was something that you learned about, moving to Nashville, and you started realizing that Nashville has a certain type of sound? Not only that, there's so much talent here. Talk about the talent that you first saw.
Oh my gosh. Well, we didn't know, like my whole family, nobody knew how many musicians and artists there are here. And there's thousands,
Yes.
and they're all pretty incredible.
And always moving here too.
Always moving here. And so it was pretty shocking, to see cool, so much talent, so much hard work that everyone does. And so I just had to be like, wow, this is going to be a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. We just thought, oh, you moved to Nashville, you're a star. Like, that is not how it works, just so you know. And so I learned that. I also learned that songwriting is a big, important thing here. As an artist, you really have to do both. Unless you just want to be a songwriter, then you can just do the songwriting.
You can do the song. That's another thing. There's a lot of lanes here, but definitely if you want to make it. So once you hit a certain level, right? When you hit the big level, so like I just walked by Lainey Wilson the other day. But when you make it to that level where she's starting to pop off now, you can have a lot more co-writers.
Yeah.
But not in the beginning, though. When you first moved, you probably didn't have it. You were just writing your own stuff?
Yeah, I was trying. I've never really written a lot by myself, but I tried in the beginning. I tried. But what I find is that I'm more of a melodies person, and so it's hard. I can write lyrics, but it's easier if I have another mind to go off of to make them a little bit more clever, if that makes sense.
A larger dictionary.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
Exactly, yeah. Just to make it more interesting, make it flow better or whatever. But the melodies is what I feel like I normally can bring in.
So the people don't know this, but the last time we had an amazing conversation, that was in January or something like that, February, when this was
I think it was February.
It was February, and we were going to release it for obviously in the end of, well, when you guys are watching this.
Yeah.
Now, what's amazing though is that in that time period, you were going through a rough patch.
Yes.
Now, I know I'm speeding up a little bit here, but you had vocal surgery.
I did.
And it really kind of got you down.
It really did.
You were kind of down when you were here last time, a little bit.
I was. Well, it was depressing. I first of all wasn't sure if I'd ever sing again, and if it's going to sound normal again. I'm still kind of in those stages. I know that I can, but I'm not sure how much I can do yet. As far even as with talking, it's very weird. But I've started doing vocal therapies and trainings, and I'm going to one right after this. A lesson and just kind of learning how to take care of my voice, because before I had the surgery and before I had issues last year with it, I never warmed up. I never did anything to protect it other than drink tea, which only goes so far,
Yes, absolutely.
It doesn't actually help your vocal cords. It just warms them up, makes them feel good. But so now that I'm learning, I think it was a good thing to go through. Number one, just because I needed it and I needed help with my cords, but also to learn the right ways to do things, to warm up, how to warm up, and how important it is.
Well, when you first moved to Nashville and as you started gaining momentum in the city, right? Miranda Lambert's bar on Broadway.
Yes, Casa Rosa.
Casa Rosa on the first floor, right?
Third floor.
Third floor.
Well,
okay.
both on occasion. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. When you first went there, when you started, talk to me about having the opportunity to play at Miranda Lambert's bar on Broadway.
It was so cool. I actually just kind of fell into it. My friend Loring Starr and I used to play at the Row. We would usually she'd play before me or after me or whatever, and so we'd see each other. And she was like, my partner dropped out tomorrow. Can you play with me? And I was like, nah, I don't know if I can do that. 4 hours. I don't know enough on the guitar to get by, you know? So I was all worried, and she's like, no, I really need somebody. So I was like, fine, I'll do it. I was so nervous. I really wanted to play there, but I was just nervous about accompanying myself on the guitar. But I did it, and then I did it with her the next week. And then the next week, she had a family emergency and that morning and couldn't go. So I was left by myself.
Really?
Yeah, and I was freaking out. You thought I was freaked out the first time. This time I was like, how am I supposed to do this? I don't know enough songs. I'm going to have to repeat. And the guy who books it, Matt, she gave me his contact, and he found somebody to come. And then after that, he just started booking me and her separately. And so I just kind of like fell into it weirdly.
Man, and then not only that, you talked about for the 4 hours. People did not realize that when you go on Broadway, it's not hour sets.
Yeah.
It's not 6 songs.
No.
Talk to me about how challenging it is for someone who's moving into town, who get an opportunity to play on Broadway, the amount of songs that they have to learn, how fast do you have to learn these songs, and do you have to deal with any of the challenges of the people watching it too?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Broadway is people think that you know every song ever, so they want to request any song ever, and if you don't know it, they sometimes get really mad. But I never had that big of problems with that. But luckily, once I started playing every weekend, I would play two Fridays and Sundays for like a year and a half. And when we were doing that, Dave, my guitar player, he would sing, Dave Maiorino, he would sing one and I would sing one, and we would kind of go back and forth. So that made it easier, because then that meant we probably, now let me think about this for a second. I want to say we would each sing like 25.
My goodness.
Yeah.
That is so much.
It's a lot. But if you're doing it by yourself, you gotta have like 40 to 45.
And it's just
songs.
It is just always, it's challenging because there's so many different types of songs, so many different ways that you have to use your vocal cords as you're learning now.
Yes. But and age differences too down there to keep happy, you know? Like it's very strange. So, but I think we always did a good job of that, getting some old country in there, new country. I would do like I Will Survive.
What was the number one? What was like the top 3 on Broadway? If you go right now on Broadway, what are the top 3 songs you will hear at almost every bar on Broadway?
Before He Cheats, Friends in Low Places, and I'm debating between
okay.
Redneck Woman.
Ooh, not Tennessee Whiskey?
You do hear it, but because it's not fast and upbeat, you don't always. I guess it depends on which floor you're on at places. So I feel like if you're on the hype top floor, it'll be more fun songs. But if you're on the lower levels, and sometimes they play the good, like,
slower, intimate jobs, because it's so for the people that are watching this who haven't had the opportunity to go into Miranda Lambert's bar, the first floor has to do with food, right?
Or no, first floor is bar. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're good.
But first floor is bar, a little smaller though.
That's right.
And merchandise, stuff like that.
And then the second floor, the food, and then
Best Mexican in Nashville.
Third is what?
Third is the rooftop. And
that's the hiked
higher,
up area.
Bigger bar. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, I mean, just for the people that are watching this that never been there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. They all, I mean, that's even one that has less levels. I mean, like Jason Aldean's has like 4 in the rooftop, and
Jason Aldean, that line.
It's ridiculous.
To get it. How often are you going to Broadway just to go out with your friends?
Never.
Where
Honestly,
are you going to?
I love Broadway, but I can't handle Broadway very much. Like, my voice can't do it. It's too loud. That's really the main reason. I'd probably go out a lot more if I didn't have to worry about that. Because I got to sing. So
it's expensive.
It's expensive, and I can only go there if you're drunk. Because if you're not drinking, it's just...
You can't start there. You can't start on Broadway. It's just it's just not smart with your money to start on Broadway.
Yeah, for sure.
Where are you going out?
You know, I feel like though when I do go out, it is Broadway. It's Casa Rosa. I'm like, I never really go out much, to be honest, because like I said, these last couple months with my voice have been rough, so I don't really go anywhere.
Well, you're going. Here's the thing, though. You are out because you are also, performing.
Yeah, it's just I have to worry about the shows and for my voice keeping it. But when I do go out, I love to go to Casa Rosa, and I love Kid Rock's and Midtown to Red Door, Whiskey Jam.
And well, shout out to Ward. We got Ward on season 3.
Oh, nice.
Yes, we got Whiskey Jam on season 3.
Yes, love Ward, love Whiskey Jam. I just played my first Whiskey Jam a few months ago.
Congratulations, by the way. That is a Whiskey Jam is one of those venues, one of those songwriters rounds where when you hit that level, that's how you know you're on an upward trajectory.
It is. It's such like a cool thing, and watching it become just so big in the last couple years. Now they have the outside ones where it's like packed with the bigger artists, and it's wild. I love it.
What would you, so for the people that are watching this right now on the YouTube world, what's up world? I'm curious, how would you describe Whiskey Jam to someone who's never been to Nashville?
Yeah, Whiskey Jam happens twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays, and it's basically like a artist showcase of 3 songs. So they pick whichever 3 songs they want to do, and then it seems like the whole town of Nashville comes into Winter's Bar in Midtown and listens to all the artists play. So it's really cool. It's just like a mini showcase kind of.
And it's more for locals and for really important people in these companies here, because a lot of people will send out moles, is what I like to call them, to listen to the next upcoming person.
They do. It's such a cool spot. And so I think tourists are getting to know about it now more.
I don't want that to happen.
But it is definitely more locals to go in there.
I guess this doesn't help the situation because I'm telling them about it.
We're telling you all about it. We're giving you the secrets.
Now, I want to talk about your class. So in Nashville, they have classes for the people that moved into Nashville that are going up the ranks in musicians, right? And songwriters. Do you know some of the people that are in your class?
Oh, shoot.
Off the top.
I mean, like, who came here at the same time?
Not about the same time, but I know that, when you go to these, when was the last time you did a writer's round?
Ooh.
It's been a while, right?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute. A few months ago.
Who's typically going to these writer rounds? I would think it would be the classes, right? Typically the same class is going to be in the writers rounds.
That's true. I mean, I'm doing one Saturday.
Hey.
With Tiara Kennedy, who's amazing. Nicole Croteau.
Yeah, shout out to Nicole.
Shout out to Nicole, amazing songwriter.
Amazing songwriter.
Haley Mae Campbell, incredible. One of my good friends, and I feel like we've, come up together. Like, not that we've come up anywhere, but that we're just really working hard and having good things happen.
Paths. So everyone has paths.
Yeah.
And but talk to me about your fan base, because you have such a incredible fan base.
I do. I'm so blessed, honestly. They are incredible.
How are you able to gain that fan base so quickly?
I have no idea. I'm just thankful for it. I mean, through the surgery and everything, which was like 3 months recovery, I tried to keep my socials up and still connect with fans over social media and stuff like that, because I think that's important. And plus, I wanted to try to stay like relevant for them too. So I recorded.
3 months is a long time in music.
It's so long. And so honestly, like 3 weeks is a long time in music. If you're not posting, like,
social media is every day too.
It's every day. And so I recorded like a bunch of videos beforehand and kept with them. And then I feel like doing shows and stuff, I always meet every single person, talk to every single person afterwards, just getting to meet them. And because I like to, and I think people like that. So
now, how would you describe your style? Because I feel that there's so many people with so many different types of styles. Where would you categorize your style, not only from your look, but also the type of music that you're creating?
Ooh.
I'm asking the hard questions in season 3.
That's These what it is. Tough. So as far as like my style, what
would you categorize
my clothing style?
Yes.
I would say, I've never thought about this, like what I would call it, but I don't know, like rhinestone cowgirl. Is that a thing?
No, yeah.
Rhinestone
what do you mean?
Cowgirl?
You're making it,
it's a thing now if it's not already.
Exactly.
But I either do like super extra, like rhinestones everywhere, fringe everywhere, or I'm denim. like fully denim.
Speaking of denim, your EP, Perfect Timing, is very denim.
It is.
Even the wording on it is denim.
I know. I love it. My friend Bianca made that. Shout out to her. But I love denim. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that for this one. I normally do pink on stuff, and as you've got the pink lights,
I always have the pink lights on for you. You know it.
You know, and so I want to switch it up because that's something I really do love. But as far as my music, my style, I think that I've been influenced by so many different types of music and artists, like Shania, Miranda, Martina, McBride, that it just all kind of falls together and stuff, and pop that I've listened to, just anything. I don't know. My music just encompasses what I've listened to.
It's very, life. it's so, you know, everyone has a different sound, and by listening to your music, you have such an energy to it in a fun sense.
Thank you.
Even your slower songs, right? What's the Rain one that I like off the EP?
Oh, Summer Storm.
Summer Storm.
Yeah.
Summer Storm that's on the EP is a little slower, but you're still, I'm not going to use the term bubbly, but you're still your happy self in that song.
Yeah.
And that's hard to find though, because not everyone's like that.
Yeah. I mean, that song is so funny because it was so different when we wrote it. It was like very pop and very super upbeat, like, and then we recorded with a full band, and now it's just like kind of like got a 90s vibe to it, which I really love. So I love the way that one turned out.
Well, you said Tim McGraw's The Law, right?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. You know the lyrics.
You know, that's the thing here in Heart of the Goals. I try to do as much research as I can for everyone that's here.
Yes.
So let's keep going down. So She Ain't Me.
Yes. She Ain't Me. Wrote it with Nicole Croteau and Chris Utley, and that was my first write back after like a month-long vocal rest, no talking and nothing. I was like, y'all, we got to write a banger because I've been so bored this whole month. Like, we got to come out of this strong, you know? And so I had the title, and we were going through ideas of like, what can we turn this into? And I had a guy cheat on me a few years ago with a girl who looked just like me. So we just channeled that energy and sass and like anger kind of, and She Ain't Me was born just like that. And
you know what, one thing, so we'll talk about your day in the life and later.
Yeah.
But one thing that I'm super excited about is, you know, that vibe, that She Ain't Me, that sassy, but still very much saying that you know your worth.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like a girl power anthem in a way.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But the music video that you shot for it, talk to me about the music video and where the inspiration came from. And right now, I think you're at like 40,000 views on YouTube, which is amazing.
It's crazy.
That's great.
Crazy. Thank you. I'm so excited about that. I was excited to shoot this video because I knew I wanted to do it at Still Creek Farms, which is my friend's parents' farm. It's beautiful. And just have like all my friends there, make it kind of a party, you know, but showing the ex there with his new girl and seeing that or whatever. So we just kind of made it fun, and then going on ideas, we were like, we could do a big burn pile, like a giant fire behind you. So we did, and it was so hot, like so hot. I mean like actually hot. Like when I was filming it, I was only, I don't know, like 10 feet in front of that thing. So it was burning like crazy. We had to shoot everything super fast because obviously once the burn pile's done, it's done.
You can never have it again.
You can't have it again.
And there's certain levels of fire that come out as it's burning.
Yes. So like going through the video, you'll notice there's some where it's like, pew, and then some where it's smaller, and it just depends on when it was taken. But it was such a fun day, and I'm so glad that you were able to come out and do the day in the life.
Yeah, so that's one thing that we're going to move to later on in the episode, where you're going to kind of just explain what we're going to see behind it. But talk to me about the amazing director that was able to put it together, because he did such a great job, such a great vision.
He did. Cameron Kennedy, he's amazing. Kudos. He did incredible. I mean, the whole thing was just so easy. He was like, "What are you thinking?" And then I just told him, I'm not really sure, but something on the farm, we can figure it out with friends. And then he just put it all together.
And he made it happen.
Made it happen. And by himself, too, which was awesome.
So we're going to keep on talking about the EP because, like I said, it's brand new.
Yes.
Not only that, when we release this episode, it'll only be maybe a month old.
Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy. So my favorite song on the album is Top Off.
same.
I was scared because when I saw the title, Top Off, I was like, what does that mean?
I know.
But it made so much sense when you're listening to the song because it's just talking about the top off while you're riding in your car.
Yeah, exactly. And it's actually funny that you say that because when we were coming up with the title, Nicole was like, what about Top Off? And I was like, no. She's like, why? I'm like, that's weird. Like, what are people going to think? Like, top off? Like, I'm taking my top off? Like, I don't know. I was like, that's weird. I'm not doing that. And so then she was like, no, I think it could be really cool. And then Eric Wickman, too, he was like, I think that's pretty cool. And then I was like, okay, let's just go with it and see. And then I was like, obsessed. So I love it. And when we went in to write that day, it was only February, but it felt like spring. It was like 75 outside probably. And I always listen to Tim McGraw when it feels good outside. It's like sunny and nice. It just makes me happy.
Which version of Tim McGraw?
Like, I listen to Southern Girl.
Got it. Okay.
Shotgun Rider, those kinds of songs, you know, they're just like happy feel-good songs. So I was like, I want to write a happy feel-good song today, like a Tim McGraw, how that makes me feel. And so Eric, the way he does it, actually, he already has the tracks. So we listened to which track we wanted to pick from and then wrote to it, and I fell in love with it the moment we wrote it. I was obsessed with it. So it just didn't come out till now. How
often are you going on drives and listening to music? Because that's, I'm not going to say it's a very guy thing, but I mean, a lot of guys, when you think about it, you even talk about it from the passenger's perspective of Top Off.
Yes.
You don't talk about it from the driving perspective. You talk it as the guy's driving you has, what is it, like hand on the knee?
Yeah,
right?
You got a hand on the wheel and a hand on my knee.
Why the knee?
I don't know.
I
feel like
because thigh is too easy.
People do, yeah. Well, a knee just rhymed. I think that's probably why. Yeah, because thinking about it now, it's really getting to me, so it rhymed. But it's funny because I am no passenger princess. Like, I like to be in control and be the one driving. But like, I don't know. I just always like to drive. But for that song, it just fit. It was perfect.
Well, you know, music and being in the music industry, which you are in. You are in control by determining what you want to do and everything. But as you are growing, your control gets a little bit more. You have to give it to other people.
Yes, for sure, which has been interesting to me. I mean, I'm an independent artist, so I've always had the control. And before building a team, I had total control, you know, but I didn't know what I was doing either. So it's nice to be able to give up that and let somebody who knows what they're doing, you know, do it for me and help me do things. So that's been really nice for sure.
How do you not let it get you down that there's so many musicians here in Nashville?
Yeah.
And they're always like, I swear that every week there is a new EP release.
I know.
There's a new song. I mean, there's Instagrams that promote the local song people that are coming out, artists. And their new items. How does that not get you down? How do you not feel overwhelmed?
I mean, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I do get overwhelmed at times because it's like, okay, how can I catch up? Or I need to be doing more. I need to constantly be doing more. And I am definitely one of those people who works constantly. And so I just, every day, just try to figure out how I can keep going and do better and more and more. But that's not what it's about, you know, like comparing and stuff. And I actually wrote a song One Day at a Time kind of about that, just that we've all got a different path. We're all going to get there. It just is a matter of when, and everyone's time is different.
I saw your post that you did like a couple days ago where you talked about how your time is spent being an independent artist.
Oh,
where
yeah.
it had it. So talk to the people that never saw the post what you actually had on that post. It was really well thought out.
Yes. Well, a friend posted it, so I reposted it, and it was just saying like, I think it said in movies or TV what a musician is, and it was like rock star half the time, playing gigs all the time, and doing all these like fancy things. And then on the flip side, it was like musicians in reality, and it was like social media manager, booking agent, like that you are doing all these things, you know, posting, trying to book gigs, making no money, emailing, like doing things for free, all of these things. And I'm like, that is so true, because no one sees the behind the scenes. I mean, this morning I spent all morning writing emails and prepping for a show in a few weeks, like on a Zoom call, a lot of things, but no one knows all that. You know?
Because the people that are watching this today, maybe they are musicians, or maybe they want to be a musician.
Yeah.
And they have no idea, you know, what goes in, because when you think about our jobs, right? I'm in digital media.
Yeah.
There isn't a schedule.
No, you make it.
You make it.
Yeah.
And the people that are watching this may just have a regular 9 to 5 where it's kind of, you know, it's curriculum, right? And it's routine. I mean, how do you stay, you know, on path, on schedule? How's your work like?
Yeah. I try to stay on schedule. I mean, but I feel like more how I work is I work really hard every day, and then I take like 2 weeks off, like every summer, or like 3 weeks. Like I'm about to be gone for 3 weeks.
You deserve it, though.
Thank you. I'm going to North Carolina and then Florida to play a show, and just to go home for a little bit, and then Maine for a little bit. So I feel like that's how I balance it, which might not be the best, but I always make sure to have one day off too, but just to, you know,
just to feel
rest, be peaceful.
All right, so we're going to play our game.
Yay, let's do it.
Is she you or is she not you?
All right.
We'll be right back.
She ain't me.
All right, so Charly.
Yes.
Your first single off the EP, Perfect Timing, is, what's it called again?
She Ain't Me.
She Ain't Me.
She Ain't Me.
And the reason why it's She Ain't Me is, like I said, it's that sassy
yes.
type of vibe.
Yes, very.
Okay, so I'm going to play this game. I got this sound right here. They're heartbeats, okay?
Okay.
And there's 4 heartbeats in there.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you 4 questions. So tell me, is this She Ain't Me or is this She Is Me?
Okay.
Okay. Are you the type to go on a plane ride, and can you sleep on the plane?
She ain't me.
She ain't you? Why is that not true?
I cannot sleep on planes. I don't know why, but number one, I don't get how they fly. Never will. Don't even try to explain to me. It shouldn't. So I think I just like kind of freak out. I should have been able to sleep on a plane after Vegas. We did like a red eye or whatever.
Red eye.
Yeah, we did a red eye, and we were at the pool all day in the heat and whatever. And I was trying for once, like, to actually really fall asleep. It was like a 4-hour flight, and the lady behind us would not stop talking the entire time, so I didn't get to. So I don't think I ever have.
Okay. All right. Now another question: is She Ain't You or is this you? Okay.
Uh-huh.
That you prefer to be on a beach than on a hike?
She is me.
Ooh.
I would way rather be at the beach. I'm not much of a hiking kind, but I would like to. I just don't. But the beach is so nice and relaxing. Have a pina colada.
Favorite beach?
Oh, favorite beach? I have 2 because they're different. So that's why. But Destin, because I've been there once and I didn't even know it existed until I moved here.
It's gorgeous.
Yes. And I'm from Florida originally, from Orlando. So New Smyrna Beach is like my home beach. It's not as beautiful as Destin, but it's like my home. So.
All right. Prefer to be traveling in the States versus, let me rephrase that again. So I'd rather travel in the States than out of the States.
Honestly, I'd rather travel out of the States. So she ain't me.
She ain't you?
Yeah. Yeah, she ain't me. Yeah. Because I don't know, I'd like to do more international traveling. I've gone to Greece and Paris, which were amazing, and I'd like to go back and just kind of like experience Europe a little bit more now that I'm older. Because I went to Paris when I was like 12 or 13, so I don't really remember that much of it. So I'd like to go back.
Prefer hip hop over country?
She ain't me.
Really?
Nah, I love country music.
All right, and then you said your favorite country music is in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Or old country?
Yeah, love 90s country.
I wouldn't, yeah, it's called 90s country, right? Because it's not necessarily called older country.
Yeah,
right?
just 90s country. Yeah.
Okay. You prefer sports over shopping?
She ain't me.
You prefer the shopping over sports?
Yeah.
What
if I got somebody else's credit card, because
Hey.
mine doesn't have that big of a limit, but I love shopping.
What's your favorite, not into sports at all? You're in the South now.
I do like sports. Okay, if it was phrased, going to like a sports game,
Okay.
like physically going, then I would go. Like then I would pick that. But just like watching it on TV, I don't watch sports ever. But if I'm getting to go, like I love watching basketball and soccer. Football, I like to, but I don't understand it as easy as soccer and basketball. So those are more fun for me to watch. But so if you're watching it in person, then I like sports better.
Okay, and then my last question here. Is this you or this isn't you, okay? That you like to write by yourself versus writing with a group.
She ain't me.
Hey.
I like writing with a group.
Why so?
sure.
Well, obviously to get all the inspiration, but
Yeah.
does it also kind of scare you that maybe sometimes, you're not, can you write by yourself?
Yeah, I can. I think I'm more in my head about writing by myself, thinking that it's bad. Like I feel like I need other opinions or something. So I have, but it's mostly at times when I'm like sad and then I can really write. So it's not very often, but I can if I needed to.
So speaking of like your fan base, I mean, where would you say the majority of your fan base is coming from? Is it from Instagram, YouTube, TikTok? Where are they all coming from?
Honestly, the majority I feel like is from my hometown, from Orlando. They're all, I feel so lucky, and blessed to have that community, because I went home last year and played a show at Ole Red, and I'm going again in 2 weeks to play an EP release show there. But when I went, there was 500 people that showed up both days that I played, and that's
a lot of people.
It's a lot of people, and I was shocked. I hadn't played there in 4 years since I moved away back then. Now it's been 5, but so I didn't know what to expect, But I feel like that's where most of it comes from, and then TikTok too. I think has been really good. For me.
What is it about? So a lot of musicians right now are really taking off out of TikTok.
Yeah,
and I just think it's because it's just, I don't know. There's this. I'm thinking the term vulnerable.
Yeah,
that's right. I couldn't say it right. I didn't want to mess that up.
You got it.
But there's just this vulnerability. Goodness gracious, I can't say that. It's a hard word, man.
Vulnerable.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It seems realistic. So when your songs are in the background, if you're singing a song or have your song in the background, it just seems that a lot of people relate to you on TikTok.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
I definitely have always felt that TikTok is more real than Instagram. I go on TikTok live in my robe and no makeup and I don't care, Or I do videos that I wouldn't post to Instagram. I don't know what that line is or why there is one, but it just feels like I don't care as much, and it can be more fun than Instagram or YouTube or any of that stuff. It's weird.
What would be your advice to people that are watching this right now that want to grow their following? Let's say they're a young musician, just moved to Nashville this year, and they really want to grow their platform. First of all, what platform are you going to pick? And then how are you going to grow that platform?
So no matter what platform you pick, I think you kind of have to do all of them. You should do all of them and just repurpose the content. So just post the same stuff, on each one. That's what I do anyway. And post every day. 2 times a day is even better if you can do that. I've noticed at CMA Fest, I was posting 3 times a day just because I had a lot of content. I had a lot of stuff going on. They were doing really, really good. And then CMA Fest was over and I was posting once a day, and now they're kind of back down. So I think the more consistent and the more content you push out, the better that it does. That's for TikTok. Instagram, twice a week, I think.
My goodness. See,
I don't know everything, but that's what I'm figuring out.
There's so many platforms.
There are.
And there's so many things that people are looking in all platforms.
Yeah.
But do you ever get, by creating so much content, not only writing songs, not even performing songs, but also being that, like you said, that social media manager?
Yeah.
Where do you have time? When does it not get to you? And when it does get to you, you like to take a break, like you said.
Yeah.
But seriously, how do you have time for all these things in a week?
I don't know. What I normally do is I'll go out. I did it with my friend Bells the other day. Shout out to her for going with me to do this, but we went and took videos of each other for our different songs, and we took different outfits, and we just did it all in 2 hours and got 5 videos or so each for content. But it's just, you have to make time. You just have to find time. I don't know, because I don't know, but I love the editing side of it. That's really fun for me because I love editing videos, and I like shooting up like other people's videos. Not that I've done music videos, but I'll do other people's TikToks and stuff.
But you do such a great job advertising your stuff.
Thanks.
I mean, because when I think about She Ain't Me, right, when you were about to release that song, you did so much advertisement behind it, and it really pushed it to, like I said, you're at 40,000 views, and that's crazy, especially on YouTube. That's hard to do.
It is. And like in that, again, I'll just go in my car or go wherever and film like 3 at a time to stack it up. But I do get tired of not even posting the stuff, but just keeping up with trends, because you have to be on the platforms to find out what the trends are. So it does get pretty tiring, and then it starts getting, you know, depressing, because that's when the comparison comes in, because you start seeing other people's stuff. And so sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I could take a break, but it's my job to update people 24/7, you know.
Well, you know, I love it. And then, like I said, your EP is out right now.
Yes.
I mean, and everyone can find it on Spotify and all streaming platforms, correct?
Yep, everywhere.
Now, how's Spotify numbers been doing for you? Has Spotify been doing pretty darn good?
They've been doing good. Yeah, I mean, with the last couple too, and Top Off is doing the best.
Hey,
on there, which is great.
I think you can hear it in
Yeah.
the song. Top Off just has this vibe.
It does.
And it's so fun.
It is so fun, and that's why I picked it as like the feature song on the EP, just because it's just a vibe. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's not like super deep lyrics or anything. It's just, it makes you feel good. I think we like hit the nail on the head with that feeling that we were going for that day.
I'm kind of, so with 2023, we're going to be at the back end of 2023, which is crazy to think that.
I know.
But
that scares me.
I know, but it shouldn't though, because you're doing so much amazing stuff.
Thank you.
What are you going to be? Are you going to be creating more content for the EP? Is there going to be a little bit, maybe another music video somewhere down the year?
There will be. There will be another music video, maybe 2, and another single off of it, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna
That's
say
all you can
about
tell me.
that.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
But I will be doing Nashville Hits the Roof, which is like 10 roof tours around in Missouri and Kentucky and Florida and the Carolinas and somewhere else. So I'll be doing that starting in August too, which will be so much fun. I haven't done that before, so I'm very excited.
Man, I bet that's gonna get you. You're gonna have a lot of content. Let's put it that way.
I know, it'll be great. It'll be great in so many ways.
Okay, well, you know what? We got another section on the show called Crowd Noise. I got 2 questions for you.
Yes.
I'm not gonna tell you their names.
Okay.
Maybe you can tell from their voices.
Maybe.
Okay, so we'll be right back with Charly and Crowd Noise. Going. All right, so Charly, my favorite part of the show is always seeing the amazing people that submit questions.
Yes, I know. I'm excited.
What do you, because we did this before, and what has been, you know, are you nervous on what kind of questions?
Kind of, because sometimes if they're just random questions,
Random
from anybody,
fans?
yeah, like I have no idea where it's gonna go. So
Okay.
I'm excited though.
All right, let's go down to Crowd Noise.
Okay.
How much inspiration do you take in your songwriting from Dolly Parton, as well as how does that make you play guitar better under pressure, as well as...
Okay, wait. Can you play it one more time? I was trying to figure out who it was.
Okay, let's do it again.
Okay, sorry.
How much inspiration do you take in your songwriting from Dolly Parton, as well as how does that make you play guitar better under pressure?
I feel like I love how you said Parton, because that's like my dog, Dolly Parton. But from Dolly Parton, I feel like she keeps it real in her songs. You know, she don't care. Like Jolene, that it's just 9 to 5. They're just very real songs. So I think I try to keep it real, keep it realistic in songs. So that's definitely one thing. I also tease my hair. It's pretty flat right now because it's been raining, but that's another inspiration, not for songwriting, but for a look, I guess. And then playing guitar under pressure, honestly.
Do you get nervous behind the scenes?
Yeah, I do. I get nervous playing the guitar. Because it's not my strong suit. I can play the guitar and I can play my songs, But especially at writers' rounds when it's just me, excuse me, when it's just me, like if I'm with the band, it's fine. I mean, sometimes I'll even, like if I can't hear it and I feel like I'm playing wrong, I'll just turn off. This is such a secret. I'll just turn off the sound and just pretend.
Really?
No one can tell if it's full band anyway. So yeah, I've done that before. But on writers' rounds and stuff, it stresses me out sometimes, especially if I'm picking it, because that's can be tough and a little bit harder.
So that's where you get a little insecure with music.
For sure.
It's when you have a guitar. Now, do you think that? But I think every time I've ever seen you perform, you've always had a guitar nearby. You bring it with you.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're hiding from it. Because I've been to some writers' rounds where people literally just bring themselves there, and then they have someone else play the guitar.
I make myself play. I like to play.
That's good.
Yeah, I love to play guitar. I just need to work on getting a little bit more comfortable with it, I guess. Because, like I said, just at writers' rounds, if it's a newer song, like Rodeo, easy. Stuff like that. But I also know that I'm not a professional guitar player, and it's not going to sound like my professional guitar player plays it, you know? Mm-hmm. So just giving myself a little grace, I think, is important.
Well, speaking of the guitar player, so that voice right there was the guitar player of your last EP, good old Dave.
Dave Moore or Myrina? Yeah, wait.
Who was playing on stage with you?
Both. There's two Daves.
Oh, snap.
Let me hear it again.
All right, I got you right here.
How much inspiration do you take in your
Dave
songwriting
Myrino.
from Dolly
That is so funny. Shout out to Dave.
play guitar better?
All right, so
I knew I recognized it. I just couldn't pinpoint who it was. That's so funny.
Okay, now we got a second question. Let's play the second question.
Okay.
Your best friend ever been part of something that you could have gotten arrested for, particularly related to your new EP that just came out?
That's Nicole.
Yes, it is. Shout out to Nicole.
That's hilarious. Yes, we did commit a crime.
What crime did you commit?
We did commit a crime. But I'll tell you what it was. But if I got arrested for it, it would make my story even better. So, but I don't want to get arrested. But it could have been funny. Like, it would have been a good story, you know? It still is a good story. But over the years, we've noticed that like bigger artists like Kelsey Ballerini or Priscilla Block or whoever would go, they wouldn't. I'm sure somebody on their teams would, but we, have to do it ourselves. But they would go down there and spray paint their name with their like newest song for CMA Fest, like all over the sidewalks or like wherever. And so I ordered a stencil and I was like, hey, Nicole, I need you to come with me. Can you drive the car, the getaway car? And I didn't actually know it was illegal until we had already done a few of them, because we looked it up because we started getting scared. And so we did it. And a lot of artists, if you walk around Midtown too, there's a ton of them down there. So a lot of people do it, but like in the middle of the night. But I like to go to bed early, so we went down at like 8 o'clock where there was just tons of people.
Everyone's walking around?
Yeah, there was tons of people everywhere. And so anyway, we went down there, we went to Broadway, and we spray painted it, and it's not huge.
Spray painting it on the sidewalk, right?
Yeah, on the sidewalk.
Okay.
Not on any buildings.
Yeah, there you go.
Not anything crazy.
You're not a See, that's vandalism.
It's vandalism.
That's I don't know if it's vandalism
on a sidewalk.
On a sidewalk.
No, I don't think it is.
It's free game.
And we didn't do it. I'll just say that. That way I'm covered.
Yeah, exactly.
Who did it? Who done did it? That's Taylor Austin Dye right there. I'll never admit. No, I'm just kidding. But it worked because a bunch of people saw it and posted it and saw the song because it said Charly Reynolds, She Ain't Me on it. So, yeah.
It's such a good name for the song. And then also CMA Fest. First of all, congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
Because you got to play CMA Fest this year.
I did.
And there was I want to talk about the first CMA Fest last year.
Yeah.
And talk to me about what you were doing to get people to notice, I think it was Rodeo.
Yeah, we had hand fans down there, like just like those little fans that had Rodeo on it. We passed out like 500 of them, and we had flyers about it. We just talked to people on the streets. And then I had a show at Casa Rosa last year, and we told everybody it was an official CMA Fest event on the 3rd floor, so everybody believed it and came and packed out the house last year.
That's such a smart thing to do, though.
Yeah, I mean, they don't know, and it was like a CMA event, and so everybody believed it. But Then this year, we did the same thing with the hand fans, but for She Ain't Me. And I did play Casa Rosa for an hour, which was so fun. And I had a friend go downstairs and pass out koozies, telling people to go upstairs and pass out the She Ain't Me cards. And people actually thought that they were tickets because it had QR codes on them.
Really?
Yeah, the security lady said like so many people would come up and like show it, and she'd be like, third floor.
That's
like,
sick. I love that.
Yeah, it was funny. So shout out to all of you who actually came to the third floor. It was so fun. But playing official CMA Fest at Spotlight Stage was really cool. And like I said, I didn't know, but that day was my 5-year anniversary in Nashville that I did that. So that's like pretty sick.
I mean, the Spotlight Stage at CMA Fest, for the people that are not do not know about CMA Fest, it is basically Nashville's that's their Mardi Gras.
Yeah, it's like the biggest event.
Country music is all downtown.
Yeah.
And you really know, just like Whiskey Jam, you really know you're onto something.
Yeah.
If you're playing a CMA, event, a branded stage.
Yeah. It made me feel like I'm doing something right,
I mean, you
it
are.
was such a cool opportunity. It was so fun.
How big did you get? Was it pretty packed out that day when you were playing? What time did you play?
It was. I played at 2 o'clock, 2
okay.
to 2:20.
A little hot.
Yeah, but it was inside, so that's good. Luckily, the Spotlight Stage is in the fanfare, so that was so nice. It was so nice to be inside because it was so hot. Yeah.
What's been some of your absolute favorite concerts that you've ever been to? Did you go to the Taylor Swift concert?
I didn't. I was actually in Key West at the Songwriters Festival.
Oh, that's
So
still cool too.
It was so fun.
Talk about the Key West Festival.
Yeah, it was my first time going, and I was supposed to play 2 shows, but I played 1. My voice was acting up because it was still pretty fresh off of surgery. And in Key West, it's just loud, like so loud because there were so many musical events going on outside in the bars. It was crazy. So I played a show, and it's like all of Nashville goes down there, like anybody that writes. So it was just such a cool time. But did that, plan on doing it next year. And as far as concerts, I'm trying to think. I went to a lot of concerts during my vocal recovery because I didn't have anything to do. And so I just figured if I didn't sing along, it would be fine, going. So we saw Carrie Underwood and Blake Shelton in the same week. And then, yeah, we went to Knoxville and saw Blake, and then Carrie was here, and then Miranda in Vegas. So they were all amazing concerts. I couldn't really...
Have you had any opportunities of meeting someone pretty big? Have you, you've met Miranda Lambert?
I have, yeah, at Casa Rosa. It was right after I started playing there, like probably the 4th week I started playing there. And her and her family came in, and it was awesome. They were there the whole set and invited us up to talk with them and take a picture after, and it was just really cool.
What do you think about that for Nashville? Because Nashville, like I said, literally I was just walking, we got done, we had Taylor Austin die here.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that episode yet, but immediately after we went to San Anejo right here.
Okay, yeah.
And of course, who's walking down with some nice bell bottoms, walking down the street is... Lainey Wilson. And then the week prior to that, I was walking down the street and I see Jelly Roll.
That's so wild.
Isn't it weird how in Nashville that these stars are among us?
Yeah.
And that you're one door away from meeting a person that can literally change everything like that.
It's wild, honestly, because it just depends on where you're at and what time it is, I had the pleasure of meeting Lainey too at the ACM Awards this year, which was so cool.
She's gorgeous.
She is, and she's just sorry.
No, you're good. I got
little fly trying to get me here.
I got one little fly in here
That won't go.
And you know what's crazy?
I have one in my apartment.
Flies are so weird because I don't know where they come from.
No.
Like I don't have any fruit in here. I should eat more fruit.
Flies in through the hallway at some point. Who knows?
Anyway.
But anyway,
pesky flies.
Anyways, she's just so kind, and she's somebody that really she's been here for like 11 years. Like she's
Lainey
Wilson. Yeah, Lainey Wilson. She's worked her butt off, and I really respect that. So it was really cool to like get to meet her, and she was so nice and asked if I ever needed advice or anything to text her, and she's just so kind. That's genuine, like there's nothing better than that. So it was really cool. Jelly Roll was cool too. I met him too at the CMT Awards. I'm like forgetting. I've interviewed him on the carpet.
That's right. Come on. Why did I forget about that too? Yeah.
I know I did too. It feels like forever ago, but
it wasn't that long ago. It was literally like 3 months ago, maybe 2
months ago.
2 months ago. So talk to me about because we got to talk about your Walk the Line episode behind the scenes.
Yes.
But talk to me about interviewing Jelly Roll. And interviewing people on the red carpet.
Man, it was so fun. I mean, I was really nervous at first because I am normally the one answering the questions, not like coming up with the questions. And that's a hard thing to do. So like kudos to you.
Well, thank you.
It can be tough. Especially if I don't necessarily know who somebody is.
Or their catalog.
Because there were some influencers there too that I interviewed. And like, what do you ask?
What do you influence?
Yeah, and like what career, what is your focus? Because I have no back sheets. Like, I don't know who I'm going to get. So it was very interesting. Well, part of it was very interesting, but it was so cool. I got to meet some people that I've never actually met in person. We've been friends on social media, like Chase Matthew, and interview my friends like Tiara. So it was cool. It was just a cool thing. And then they were like, all right, Jelly Roll's coming to y'all. And I was like, oh, okay. But he made it so easy. Like, he was, just
he's down to earth.
And he's down to earth, and he made it so easy to talk to and be like, chill, I wasn't nervous.
What would you tell people that are watching this today that ever have to interview someone or ever get an opportunity to be on a red carpet, or maybe there's someone that's watching that's interested in having a radio position?
Yeah.
What advice would you say when you're meeting these celebrities?
I mean, don't fangirl. Treat them like anybody else, and just let them talk and don't focus too much on what you're asking, I feel like, unless there's key points that their publicist tells you to ask. And even then, just ask what you're genuinely curious about and they'll answer. I found myself, starting to ask kind of the same things. And then if they were somebody that I really did actually follow and know about, then I would ask them more personal questions or like about anything that I've seen, So just try to make it personal, I guess.
Well, speaking of personal, I got 2 questions here. And then we're going to go about your day in the life.
Yes.
So personally, what is one thing you're so proud of about creating your EP, Perfect Timing? And why Perfect Timing is the name?
Yeah. I'm just proud of actually getting it together because it takes a lot of work and a lot of people, like all the musicians, there was 3 producers on it. My team, like getting it pushed out, getting the photos together. It's like a big thing to put together. And so I'm just proud to have it actually out in the world. And it was pushed back for like so many months because I was going to do one last summer and then I didn't. And then I was going to do one, it was going to come out in early March, like first week of March. And then I scheduled my vocal surgery and was like, there's no way that's going to happen. So it was just like push back. And then I was like, all right, let's do it now. I've got all the songs I can sing to record. Summer Storm was the only one I recorded after surgery because I needed to redo the vocals. But so once I could do that song, then I knew we were going to be good to go. And I was going through the songs. I didn't want it to be named one of the songs. And Top Off says Perfect Timing. And I just felt like the whole EP was perfect timing because it shouldn't have came out months ago. It wouldn't have been ready. I couldn't sing. I was having issues. So I just felt like it was all God's timing, perfect timing, and Top Off said it. So I was like, this is perfect.
I love it. Okay. Yeah. And, 2023, we're recording this in the middle of 2023. This will be out in the middle of 2023. Thank goodness for that. Now, but, we're going to have the rest of 2023 to go through. So what are you looking forward to the most in 2023?
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to playing shows again, like a lot of shows. And I'm looking forward to my Nashville Hits the Roof tour and just getting on the road. That's what I love to do. I love to perform. So I'm looking forward to my voice getting stronger and hopefully hopping on a tour at the end of the
What could your fans do for you when they go see you out on tour?
Sing along, be energetic, have fun. It makes my job so much more fun and doesn't feel like a job when everybody's singing along and having a good time, That's what's most important, I think.
They couldn't give you like a little token of their appreciation, maybe like a picture or like a...
Yeah, bring whatever you want.
What's the funniest thing you've ever gotten as fans giving you?
I wouldn't say it's the funniest, but the most unexpected was a Martin guitar.
You got a guitar?
I did. One of my fans, Joe, bought me a black Martin guitar.
Jeez.
Yeah. Shout out to Joe. I know. So shout out to Joe. It was wild. So wild. But that's like the most unexpected cool thing I've ever gotten. I wouldn't say there's like a funny one, I guess.
Well, I asked that to a lot of musicians,
Yeah.
and the answers I've gotten from that
I'm
are
sure.
through the roof. But
I'm
anyway,
sure.
Charly, so we're going to move on to your day in the life section, the
Yes.
walk the line section. But tell everyone, we've been lucky enough to already film it.
Yeah.
So tell them what they can expect to see.
For sure. Well, like we talked about earlier, the She Ain't Me music video came out and Tony was there. Got to shoot some behind the scenes and stuff that you guys wouldn't see in the video. So it was just a really fun day, and you captured basically the whole day. So you were there the whole day, right?
Yeah, I was there pretty much the whole
Yeah.
day. I was trying to make
So-
sure that you were doing your thing, but also staying out of the way.
Yeah,
That's the
no, it
hardest
was
part.
perfect. I mean, it was great. And so he got all the behind the scenes of it and just kind of how it goes. And so you guys can check it out.
Okay, so the way we're going to tee it off is you're going to look straight into that camera right there.
Okay.
You're going to say your name. Definitely talk about, your EP that just released, and you can find it streaming everywhere.
Okay,
And then you end it by saying, and this is how I walk the line.
cool.
Okay, so after the applause, in 3.
Hey y'all, my name's Charly Reynolds and my new EP, Perfect Timing, is out now, and this is how I walk the line.
Hey.
Hey y'all, it's Charly Reynolds. We're here on set of my music video for She Ain't Me, and this is how I walk the line. Let's go.
Her hips. She'd do anything for you. Yeah, she loves you, she adores you. She's the sweetest little southern miss. You can lie, boy, but don't pretend she's your shiny, perfect 10, 'cause you know she's never gonna be the one that baits the hook and loads the gun, shoots a shot just for fun, or rocks a pair of Wrangler jeans. She'll never be the country kind like you like, redneck and all night honky tonk and dancing queen. She won't give you what you need, 'cause she ain't me.
All right, you guys. So first off, we're shooting the party scenes, a little darty, middle of the day party. So we've got beer pong, we've got a campfire. We're just chilling in this scene. The next scene, I'll be over there by that burn pile, which I'm sure you'll see a shot of. So this location is my best friend's parents' house. They're so amazing to let us shoot on their farm and on their new property that they just built this beautiful house on. So we're out here in Columbia, Tennessee. It's gorgeous. This day could not be better. It is literally the perfect day to shoot something like this. So thank you, Jesus, for that. But yeah, we're just having a good time out here drinking and partying and shooting the video. This is probably one of my favorite videos we've done yet. It's just very chill, super fun. All right, you guys, I'm gonna introduce you. I was almost gonna say to the band because these two are in my band, but I'm gonna introduce you to some of the group here. First, we've got Dave Maiorino, we've got Josh Raymond, J-Raw, we've got Kendall, we've got Dylan, Maddie, and Nicole, and then we've got Chris just walking up late, just hanging out by himself over there. What you gotta say? How you feeling?
Just make money.
Oh my God.
Gotta redo it now.
Got a little junk in the trunk. I'm sure she's got a great heart, but does she even play guitar? And has she ever heard a Haggard song? I'm the one that baits the hook and loads the gun, shoots a shot just for fun, and rocks a pair of Wrangler jeans. She'll never be the country kind like you like, redneck and all night honky tonk and dancing queen. She won't give you what you need, 'cause she ain't me. No.
I miss my
When we read Insane.
It is.
Like even with the lights on the barn in the back
Yeah.
of these shots, it looks so cool.
Exactly.
This looks so good.
Like it?
Yes.